Jen, and this is my channel, Embracing Chaos. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning friend, thank you so very much for coming back. Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's. Welcome to 2021. How exciting. I'm so excited to see what this year is going to bring for us. It's going to be a good year, guys, and we're going to do it together. All right, so this week, just a quick weigh-in update and a quick meeting highlight. As you guys, I'm sure, are aware, last week was Christmas. Yeah, and I gave myself the gift of 4.2 pounds. You guys, I'm so embarrassed. I thought I was eating well. I thought I was doing good. And my meals, I was doing really good. But I guess I ate a lot more Christmas cookies and pie in between than I thought I was. And I know where I made my mistake, guys. I didn't track because, like I said, for my meals, I was on point. I was doing awesome. And I guess I just walked over to that snack tray and grabbed a cookie a lot more often than I thought I did. I honestly was shocked when I saw the 4.2 pounds. I don't think I have gained that much weight since I started my WW journey almost a year ago. January 28th is my 1 year anniversary, so, but it's all right. It is what it is. It's over. It's in the past. I had a fantastic holiday. I hope you guys did too. I enjoyed every minute that I had with my family, so I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to learn from my mistake. And I'm going to move on, which is what we're going to talk about here in our weekly meeting topic in just a minute. But really quick, I want to give you the official numbers. I was up a total of 4.2 pounds this week, which brings me to a total loss since January 28th of 2020 of 47.8 pounds. So I'm back under 50 again, but that's okay. It is what it is. And like I said, moving forward. All right, so I do have something new for you this week. My husband got me this really cool scale for Christmas, and it's one that I can sync to my phone so I can record my weight as I weigh in for you each week. So I've decided every Tuesday morning before I go to my meetings, I'm going to weigh in on this scale so that I can show you guys where I'm at. So I will show you that video here. All right, and that is my starting point for my new scale. I am still going to weigh in at my WW meetings and use that scale for my tracker because we all know different scales and different times of days makes a huge difference in our weight. So I want to make sure that I'm consistent. So every Tuesday morning, I'll be weighing in on my scale and sharing that with you guys. And then I'll be weighing in Tuesday evenings at my WW meetings. So 2 weigh-ins for Jen, but I really want to use the scale that Steve got me on a regular basis, and I think it looks really cool that you guys can see the numbers change. So just a heads up, that's what's going on there. Now let's get to our meeting topic here really quick. The meeting topic this week is called Boundaries, the best way to make decisions. And then the intro says, on average, humans make over 200 decisions a day. No wonder they're so hard to make when we're tired. Makes sense. Planning what we're going to do in advance. For example, if this happens, I will do this. Can help make those in the moment, should I eat all the leftover holiday cookies, choices a whole lot easier. I didn't realize I was eating all the holiday cookies, guys. How did WW know that's where my weakness was this week? 4.2 pounds. Christmas cookies and pie. Okay, moving on. What to do. Create a guideline ahead of time so you aren't wasting any energy making a good for you decision in the moment. The scenario I'm going to apply to my current situation is when I gain. Because, guys, gaining weight is part of the weight loss journey. We're not going to have perfect weigh-ins every single time. So we need to be prepared mentally for what we're going to do and how we're going to respond when we gain weight. So my scenario, when I gain weight, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. And here's what I came up with. When I gain weight, I am not going to beat myself up, but I'm also not going to take it lightly. I'm going to learn from it, put a new plan in place, and move forward. Or I'm going to find the weaknesses in my current plan, the changes that need to be made, make them, and keep moving forward. The key phrase there is keep moving forward. Guys, my favorite quote, you never fail unless you stop trying. You don't give up. You keep moving. So when I gain weight, because it's going to happen, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to take it lightly, but I'm also not going to beat myself up. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to keep moving forward. Some other things that they talked about at the meeting were guidelines as far as like going to the grocery store. What are some guidelines that you're going to put in place so that you don't buy unhealthy food, so that you make good choices when you're purchasing food? And I'm just going to give you a couple examples of what they said, just to get the wheels turning so you guys can come up with your scenario and your game plan. So these were some of the guidelines that my fellow WW friends came up with at our meeting on Tuesday. When going to the grocery store, they said they like to buy individual small bags of food instead of buying in bulk. If you guys are anything like me, I also have to eat the snack size bags, which I know is more expensive, but I don't have the self-control to pick up a bag of popcorn or a bag of chips and take a handful and only eat that. If I see that bag, I'm going to keep grabbing a little bit more at a time until I've eaten the entire bag without even realizing it typically, because I don't have that self-control. So that is one of the guidelines that I do put in place for myself. Scan at the store. How many points are you willing to spend? So if I come across a new item at the store, I'm going to scan it. And typically for me, if it is supposed to be a full meal and it is more than 7 or 8 points, I don't get it, because I like the main course to be about 7 to 8 points, and then I like a few points for sides. So anything higher than that, I'm not willing to do it. And when I scan at the store, if the points are too high, I'm going to put it back on the shelf and I'm not going to get it. That's a good guideline. Another guideline is take a list when you go to the store. Self-explanatory. And then, how many of you guys share the philosophy that you don't go to the grocery store hungry? Oh my gosh. When I am hungry and I go to the grocery store, I make the poorest choices ever. And you'd be amazed the excuses and the reasoning I can have in my head. Well, I'm really hungry, so I must not have eaten that much today. So I'm going to get this and it's going to be fine. Guess what? It's not. It's not. Put the cookie back. Put it back. All right. And then some other situations that they recommended setting guidelines for would be things like going out to eat, going to a family member's or a friend's house to eat, and other situations like that. What situations do you guys set guidelines for yourself? Let me know down below. Let's have a conversation about it. I would love to hear your tips and tricks, and I will share with you as many as I can. And the reason for setting these guidelines, and I know it's got a whole bunch more stuff here, but the main thing I took from it is when you have these guidelines in place, then it reduces the need for you to rely on your motivation. And let's face it, guys, when we're stressed, when we're overwhelmed, when we are tired, our motivation tends to be down just a little bit. When we have a plan in place, we don't have to rely on our motivation to help us make those choices. It's going to be ingrained in here or written on our list that we have with us. And we can just rely on that instead of having to rely on our motivation to help us make the best choices. And the last thing that I took from the meeting is the recipe of the week. This week when I went in there, apparently WW has pasta now. If you're on the purple plan, all their WW pastas are no points. However, I am not on WW purple plan. I am on the green plan, so it will count for some points. But the recipe this week was baked beef ziti, and it is 7 points on all 3 plans, and it looks fantastic. I'm not sure if that point value will change if we use the WW pasta or not, because it doesn't call for WW. It just says ziti. So I'm going to add that in and see if it changes the points at all. And I want you guys to keep your eyes open for a Cook With Me video this week, because this is definitely going to be made in the Chaos household. It looks fantastic. It's got olive oil, garlic, 93% lean ground beef, oregano, thyme, rosemary, salt, black pepper, crushed tomatoes, and then cheese. Part skim mozzarella cheese. That sounds so good. And it serves 8 people, which is a perfect size for my family. No, we don't have 8 people, but we've got 4 teenagers. Okay, she would yell at me. We have 1 adult child and 4 teenage children, and they eat like horses. 8 servings works for me. So I picked up some of the WW pasta. Like I said, watch my channel because later this week I will have a cook with me with this recipe on it. Alright guys, I seem to be having some really bad technical difficulties. I have had to record this video 3 times now, and my videos are just randomly stopping again. So before it happens, I hope I didn't confuse anybody. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Send me an email. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. It's all down in the description. If you haven't already, if you would give me a thumbs up, I would absolutely appreciate it. If you're not a member of my YouTube family, make sure you hit that subscribe button down in the corner so we can get to know each other better. And until next time, guys, keep smiling. Bye!